My name is Joachim Rieger, police officer from Germany. I have started my career in November 1979 when I joined the former Federal Border Guard. This police force is now called Federal Police. I served in different fields in the police, mainly in the situation at the regional headquarters of the Federal Police at Munich. In the last years, my focus was on international peacekeeping missions on the Balkans, EUMM, EUMM, EULEX, and Africa, EUMMIS and UNMISS. Now, I had the great opportunity to serve for the European Union monitoring mission in Georgia, and I hope that with my experience from my previous missions will be helpful to support the European Union monitoring mission and Georgia on the way to peace. What I like at Georgia the most, the people are so friendly and their hospitality. I have heard already about Georgian hospitality when I was in Germany, but I did not expect that people are so friendly here. I am 51 years old and married, 3 kids, 2 boys and a girl.
Odisha TV is continuing to update the TV spectators about the activities carried out by the Field Office Zugdidi members in March. Which activities related to the International Women's Day has EUMM Field Office Zugdidi carried out in March 2013? On 7th of March, the Human Security Team of the EUMM Field Office Zugdidi hosted already for the 28th time the information sharing meeting for non-governmental organizations and international organizations operating in Samegrelo-Zemus-Vaneti region. During this meeting, EUMM personnel informed about EUMM activities of all 3 field offices in relation to the International Women's Day. A reporting officer provided within the ISM a situation report about the current situation along the ABL, including the potential opening of new official crossing points. The participants exchanged views about potential reasons why the number of detentions along the Abkhazian administrative boundary line has decreased lately. The next information sharing meeting is scheduled for April 2013. The European Union monitoring mission field offices were very active in highlighting International Women's Day with a number of activities taking place in the area of responsibility of each field office. As you know, some of our colleagues came on the Odisha Morning Show to talk about International Women's Day and the role of women in our mission. Odisha TV offered EUMM the opportunity to mark this day in its weekly morning show, where my Field Office Zugdidi colleagues, 2 from international and 1 national staff, and Clive Trott, head of operations and the HQ, spoke about the improvements made by EUMM with regard to the gender balance. Field Office Zugdidi also organized a screening of a documentary on property rights in Zeda Edzeri, as the film showed property rights are strongly linked to gender issues. My colleagues visited the Cadets Lyceum in Kutaisi, where they spoke with 300 cadets about the important contribution of female soldiers in the armed forces of the country and abroad civilian peacekeeping missions. Our colleagues in Gori and Tscheta organized similar events, for example, a seminar on women's careers and a radio show on International Women's Day. So, I think we were successful in highlighting International Women's Day and getting our message out of how the EU values the important role women play in all spheres of society, not least in our mission. The TV program number 2 showed the ABL team members' activity and tasks, which are regular and frequent patrols to checkpoints, observation points to observe and monitor the security regime along the administrative boundary line to Abkhazia. Concentration on area close to the administrative boundary line. Compliance with Minister of Internal Affairs and Minister of Defense Memorandum of Understandings. Timely and accurate reporting of incidents occurred close to the administrative boundary line. Recording of breaches of human rights and reporting to Human Rights Advisor. Initial monitoring to assess living conditions of population close to the administrative boundary line. Focus on freedom of movement along the administrative boundary line. Possibility to realize confidence-building measures. To gather information about security-related incidents, events, and about incidents, events, shortfalls of IDP-related arrests, detentions, aerial and maritime spaces violation, other human rights related, civil government, law enforcement related. The program number 3 showed the tasks of Field Office Zugdidi compliance team, which visits, inspects periodically all Minister of Defense and Minister of Internal Affairs facilities, structures, units, armories, training areas within the area of responsibility. Carries out regular and frequent patrols to observe and monitor the security regime along the Abkhazian administrative boundary line and in the weapon limitation zone. Monitors military and law enforcement facilities, ensuring that they are complying with the Memorandum of Understanding that exists between the EUMM and the Ministry of Internal Affairs and Ministry of Defense, respectively. Participants in providing with a comprehensive, transparent and effective mechanism of interaction between EUMM and Georgian Ministry of Defense and Ministry of Internal Affairs. Is responsible for all aspects of compliance-related issues in Field Office Zugdidi area of responsibility. Develops expertise in relevant thematic areas and actively maintains up-to-date knowledge of developments pertinent to the compliance. Reports timely and accurately all incidents occurred in the area of responsibility. Records possible breaches, infringements of Memoranda of Understanding and reports to Headquarters Advisor. The program number 4 showed the tasks of the Field Office Zugdidi Human Security Team, which carries out regular and frequent patrols to observe and monitor the respect and protection of human rights, civil, political, economic, cultural, and international humanitarian law of conflict-affected population and follows up mandate-related human rights violations. Monitors closely the freedom of movement of commuters living in both sides of the administrative boundary line with a special attention to kindergartens, school pupil and teachers, medical personnel, commuters crossing in both directions. Monitors the living conditions of internally displaced persons, old and new caseload and their integration, and where possible, together with other organizations, monitor their return. Liaises with local civil authorities and civil society actors, including NGOs, international governmental organizations and international non-governmental organizations. Facilitates contacts between all relevant stakeholders and other confidence-building measures, especially between civil society actors. Is hosting regularly information-sharing meetings for NGOs operating in Samegre-Lopez Vaneti. Reports timely and accurately all incidents occurred in the AOR. All the teams monitoring and reporting should be gender-sensitive when relevant. All the 3 team patrols results are included in a patrol report which is submitted to RIO and read by RIO and OPS. The 3 Field Office Zugdidi teams' activities are supervised by their 3 respective team leaders who coordinate the team's members' work and task the patrol leaders about all priorities and follow-ups requested by the Field Office Zugdidi operations and reporting and information office officers who are communicating to EUMM headquarters.
Jonas, what is the operations officer job? My name is Jonas Leisner and I'm from Sweden. I have been working for the European Union Monitoring Mission in Georgia for 3 years now. I started my career as a monitor in Field Office Gori, and after 1.5 years I was appointed as operations officer here in Zugdidi. We are 4 people in my unit, and the main tasks for the operations officers are to coordinate the work of all monitors in our 3 functional teams: the Human Security Team, the Compliance Team, and the ABL Team. We read all the reports that our monitors write, and depending on the information they collect, we try to identify which areas we should prioritize for our future monitoring. Then we plan visits and patrols accordingly together with the team leaders. Naturally, we also receive many tasks from our headquarters in Tbilisi, which we are responsible for implementing in the field office's daily activities. To make sure that everybody is updated and aware of their tasks, the operations officers are responsible for organizing a short meeting with all staff every morning, where we give a presentation on the current situation and the planned activities. We also have other meetings throughout the week with the team leaders and other staff as necessary. Another thing we do is to organize trainings. We organize induction courses for all the new colleagues when they arrive to Zugdidi, and sometimes we send monitors to Tbilisi to take part in special trainings. One thing I like about my job is that it is very varied and that I get to work closely together with almost all people in the office. Normally, I spend most of my time in the office, but I'm very happy whenever there is a time for me to join a patrol and to get out and enjoy this beautiful country and talk to all the nice and friendly Georgian people out there, especially in Svaneti, where can I do my rafting exercises. The operations office is also planning and tasking our language assistants, and I must say that we are extremely satisfied with all our highly qualified Georgian colleagues, with whom it is always a pleasure to cooperate. Maiko and Madlena, respectively Field Office Zugdidi Language and Administrative Assistants, will speak to the TV spectators about the language assistants and will answer to your questions.
Maiko, what is the job of the language assistant? My name is Maiko Gogochia. I'm language assistant at Field Office Zugdidi. In Field Office Zugdidi there are 11 language assistants. They are professionals and good people. Our daily job is very demanding mentally and physically. LAs work with all three teams within Field Office Zugdidi. Language assistant's job can require going to the administrative boundary line in the remote places, military structures, collective centers, and meetings with local authorities. Sometimes we have to work with leaders of European politics. For example, we worked for European ministers of foreign affairs, ambassadors, or influential foreign senators. Of course, responsibility of language assistant is huge, as while interpretation, language assistant's voice in Georgian, any ideas, thoughts, dialogues expressed by international monitors, which aims at facilitation to solution of conflict-related issues. Therefore, all language assistants take very seriously their job. In Field Office Zugdidi, there are other national employees, and Madlena, administrative assistant, will speak about them. Madlena, what is your job? How many locals are employed at Field Office Zugdidi?
My name is Madlena Mamproria, and I'm now administrative assistant after having been language assistant for almost 3 years. In Field Office Zugdidi, there are 20 national members, 4 administrative assistants, 1 human resources assistant, 1 logistics assistant, 3 caretakers, 10 language assistants, and 1 transport assistant who takes care of 23 expensive mission vehicles necessary for the fulfillment of the patrol tasks. My job as human resources administrative assistant is to take care of all the paperwork regarding all mission members, both nationals and internationals. In Field Office Zugdidi, both the national and the international staff have made their working together very pleasant, interesting, and professionally motivating. Both can see themselves developing and growing as professionals. I'm so honored to have opportunity working in multicultural environment. I can say with confidence that Zugdidi office is an excellent example how people with different originality, ethnicity, and traditions can cooperate in peaceful and friendly manner. Lena, what is the job in Reporting and Information Office? To whom are you writing and sending reports? In earlier programs, you have heard and seen about how the European Union Monitoring Mission Field Office Zugdidi works, sending out different kinds of patrols every day. Now, when the patrols come back to Field Office Zugdidi, they go directly to us, reporting officers, to brief us about what they have observed and monitored. Then they write a report which they hand in to us. Our job is to use all these patrol reports to write a daily report to the European Union Monitoring Mission headquarters in Tbilisi. There, we give them an overview of all the patrol observations in the Zugdidi area of responsibility during the day. As you see, we keep track of all information coming into the field office and can give advice to patrols about issues that need to be followed up. Usually the patrols also come into our office before they leave so that they can check if there are any additional special issues they should concentrate on during their shift. Every week, Field Office Zugdidi Rio writes a report about the developments in the area of responsibility during the last 7 days. Not only that, but sometimes we also write special reports about specific topics such as freedom of movement across the administrative boundary line or the situation of internally displaced persons. There is a reporting and information office in headquarters Tbilisi as well, and we work closely together. They, in their turn, use the daily and weekly reports of the 3 European Union Monitoring Mission field offices, Zugdidi, Gori and Mtskheta, to compile reports daily, weekly or monthly that are sent to European Union in Brussels. Such reports can, for instance, be used to provide background information during the Geneva talks, and in that way they may help to bring stability to the region. What will the next TV show, program number 6, be about?
The Field Office Zugdidi Press and Public Information Office intends to continue to make a clear picture about how European Union Monitoring Mission in Georgia functions. What are the thematic groups within the regional offices and how they function? As Georgian TV viewers want to know more about European Union Monitoring Mission members' works and lives in Georgia. The TV shows are a part of our work. Through their information we provide the public with visibility and transparency. Next TV show, program number 6, will deal with the European Union Monitoring Mission headquarters, structures and top management working in Tbilisi. The TV spectators will be provided with general information about the European Union Monitoring Mission headquarters, its structures and functions, departments within the office, workflow and interviews of mission headquarters representatives, including Press and Public Information Office, Head of Report Information Office, Head of Operations and Head of Mission. It will also deal with the Field Office Zugdidi and the European Union Monitoring Mission activities, which will take place in April. In order to offer TV spectators as much transparency as possible, it can be useful to see European Union Monitoring Mission in Georgia activities on European Union Monitoring Mission in Georgia Facebook page and on Odissi TV Facebook page. Both your numerous likes and comments are welcome. Thanks.